Hey, hold on one sec. I'm just waiting for a couple more people to get on here. Everybody ready to talk about GoDaddy? We're all gonna use GoDaddy. All right. So it looks like I'm on. Um, I'm actually dual streaming right now on both YouTube and uh, YouTube and Facebook. Would you believe that? I'm literally streaming to both at the same freaking time. I'm very happy that my computer's not currently blowing up. I I'm really excited to see all you guys. Thanks for coming into my stream. Those of you who are here. Hold on, I'm just trying to get a view of like the chat. Looks like I have a pretty crappy frame rate. Anyway, that's okay. Okay, so a lot of people, just to be frank, kind of hate GoDaddy. GoDaddy is a service that's been around almost as long as the internet. And when you have a service like that and you've had a long relationship, it's kind of like a marriage. Like there's always going to be parts of that relationship that have lows. And GoDaddy, being such an old platform, being such an aged platform, very much has those lows, very much has those low points. Me personally, I've actually been burned by GoDaddy pretty bad in like 2008, maybe almost, gosh, dare I say, almost 10 years ago now. And what happened is I basically just had some hosting issues. I didn't really agree with the way that they did customer service. And I thought that their servers were incredibly slow. Well, that being said, for those of you who know, whether you agree or not, I don't know, but I've gone back to GoDaddy. They have a lot of new features that have been very helpful to me, and I think that they have some merit now. And basically, I'm going to talk about some of the things that you can do with GoDaddy, and let's get into it, shall we? Okay. So here I am at my dashboard. Got the live chat there on the side. Yeah, nobody's even here. Like anybody's going to come in. That's my my YouTube chat. So not as many people on there as on Facebook. I haven't really used Facebook to kind of interact on a live basis. I don't know how to see what's happening, on my Facebook. So forgive me there. Anyway, blah blah blah. So we got the dashboard. We're just going to log in here. Go to sign in. And I'm signing in now. Okay, so here we are. You see we got the basic kind of logged in. You can tell I'm logged in because my my cursor is up here. Hold on real quick. I'm just going to make my cursor really big. I think you go to... Gosh, why didn't I do this first? Mouse. Nope. Something like over here. It's like access or accessibility. Okay, cursor size. There we go. Much better for videos. Okay, so if you see up here, we got, this, it says my name. You can tell I'm logged in through there. Now, primarily you manage your account through My Products in GoDaddy. But now there's this new option called the Pro Dashboard. Let's go ahead and get into that. Now, we are loading my Pro Dashboard, and here you can see all of my current clients, which are hosted on GoDaddy. Don't mind really these product expiring things. Most of those are just promotional like free things that GoDaddy offered these specific accounts that were never used anyway. So this is basically it. To access an account, let's go into, this is a site I've been working on quite a bit, Jamie Netherlands site. So I can actually go in here and I can see all of her content. Now this is how this is exactly how it looks when you log into your own account. The only difference is up here at the top you can see that there's this pro clients thing, you know. Pretty cool. The pro clients thing, it helps you remember that you're not logged into your own account, so that's important. So right here I can click login as client, and then let's go ahead and do that and get in there. Now from here you can see all of our stuff. I gotta be careful I don't reveal something, but some of my clients I use ManageWP. Just as a side note, I definitely don't recommend ManageWP for e-commerce sites. I have like a couple on there, but I keep pretty good tabs on them, but I don't recommend ever using this feature, Manage WordPress, for any kind of e-commerce solution. I think you, because what happens with Manage WordPress websites is it actually automatically updates the WordPress version that you have. So if you have an e-commerce site, you want to have control of that, so that you can make sure it works, and then if it doesn't work you can quickly roll it back so you don't lose sales on your e-commerce site. So I would avoid that. You know, if you're just dealing with a site that's more brochurous and just it's like a brochure and people are going to contact you, not as big of a deal, not as big of a thing, you know, so don't worry about it so much for that. But don't use Manage WordPress on e-commerce sites. I'll show you what to use later. But yeah, so I can create email accounts down here. She has a photo album, which is probably from a previous site, either that, and then, you know, I can control her SSL certificate to an extent. I can't purchase the certificate. The other thing I can do while I'm logged into her is I can actually recommend for her to buy something. So if I wanted her to change her hosting package, I can actually set up a package for her to buy. So let's go ahead and do that now. So I'm logged in as Jamie, and I want her to get new hosting. So I'm just gonna maybe purchase some general website hosting, add to cart. So this is just the same regular cart. It's gonna give me all these options. I never use any of this stuff. You can get the SSL. Continue with these options here. It's gonna give, GoDaddy pretty much always gives you a free URL when you oh wow, look at this. It's a 797 jamiemac.com. I'm not gonna get that, but I'm putting it in the cart. I gotta make sure I don't send that to her, so help me with that, guys. So we're in here now, and you can see that so when I go to proceed to checkout, it won't actually let me buy it. So that's something you gotta know that won't happen. I'm not doing it right, but maybe. Oh shoot, I'm kind of stumped here. But so from here you can actually, I think probably because this purchase is too large, so let's go back and just remove this crazy expensive domain. Where is it? Doesn't have a way for me to remove it. I gotta get back to the cart. I'm gonna take that domain off of there. Okay, so this is like her hosting package, yada yada yada. Proceed to checkout. It should let me. Oh well, whatever. Bottom line is you can set it up so you can purchase an actual like you can set up things to purchase, and then they'll get an email, and then they can pay for them for like one-off jobs where you're not doing a lot of management and you want them to handle the financial part of their site, it's actually really great. You know, let me try it with this real quick. Yeah, it's not letting me do it, but anyway, bottom line is you can actually set up, you can set it up so that they can purchase. I'm not sure if that's been like taken off or something. I used that the other day and it worked just fine. Another thing you can do is you can use the ManageWP. So let's go ahead and go to the Pro dashboard. Actually, I got to exit access first. Oh, here you go. So when you're in this window here, you can click Shop for Client. And I can buy things here. You know, so say I wanted to get the basic WordPress hosting package. I can set it up for 160 months or whatever. I should, and then I actually get her a lower price, which is great. And then I can email this cart to a client here. So, and then I can leave a message, hey, buy this for your site, and I'll send it to her, and then she'll get it in the mail, and then she can pay for it. When she pays for it, that kind of removes me from the billing side. It's handy for certain jobs, some maybe not so much. Okay, so let's go. Another great feature they have is you have a ManageWP kind of just automatically set up that I can actually access all of my clients' sites with. I don't actually use ManageWP currently. It's a great tool and I highly recommend it, but most of my sites are managed by my clients themselves for the most part, and I'll just do incremental updates. So on this, you know, we have like all the plugins. I think there's only one site on here, but if you're familiar with ManageWP, let's see what actually how many sites I got. Oh, I got 2. So I got the Meatmen site, which is actually no longer connected, and then this is my personal site, Techie Design here. So I can actually manage their SSL. I can manage what plugins. I can update the plugins. I can do rollbacks here. So very, very useful for managing your people's sites. Overview. Actually, let's get out of here. Like I said, I don't really use this feature. Another thing that's cool about this is when you fill up those shopping carts for your customers, you get rewards. As a developer, I don't have any. Even though I have so many clients, actually, I guess I have a couple points. I have 514. So when I get another like 2,000, basically, I get the full pro status. And I don't know a lot about it, but apparently when you become a pro, you can actually get free work. So people will get referred to you as like a GoDaddy developer, and you can actually get referrals that way. I'm a little bit hesitant to kind of get into that kind of thing, but I probably will try it whenever I get the points. It's just a matter of time. I've been using GoDaddy pretty regularly for all of my smaller sites that I'm working on. Again, GoDaddy is very much a small site kind of shared hosting solution. I don't really recommend it for bigger e-commerce sites, maybe even not even smaller ones. I have a couple small ones on here, but it's almost just because I'm partially trying to see how it works. Let's go back into my my products. So we're going to get out of my developer dashboard. So I told you guys earlier that you really shouldn't do e-commerce on dedicated WordPress hosting, but you can do Linux hosting. So if you just went to general website hosting and purchased one of these are the Linux plans. Now typically a Linux plan has something called cPanel, and cPanel is like the steak and gravy of kind of hosting. Pretty much it's the most standard way to do it. I'll get into my my cPanel here. I use it for one site. If you can set up your cPanel, I recommend going with that as opposed to WordPress hosting. So let's go back to my products here. WordPress hosting. So here's my web hosting, and I can click manage it from here. And this is going to take me to my cPanel. Whenever it loads. How's everybody doing? Everybody doing good so far? You guys all okay? Okay, so this is a basic cPanel. Really shouldn't show you some of this information, but whatever. It's not that. You can't really hack me with this, but you know, this is basically how you can use this. Let's just kind of look at my domains real quick. So these are all the sites that I have on here, minus the base one. So I got the Techie design site. Actually, no, that's just the one I'm not using. Got my friend Nicole's site there. I got my friend John's site. You know, my friend Jarrell's site. So these are like all sites that are more or less just my friends. If you did WordPress hosting as the option, you would literally have to pay for every individual hosting package. So this costs like, for the cPanel, it costs something like $180 a year. But if I did individual WordPress hosting for each of these people, they would cost $150 each. So if you want to like help your friends out and they have small sites and you want to host them somewhere, this was a great solution for me. The majority of my clients that are actually businesses, I only have a couple friends that like aren't really so much businesses, although these people are all professionals. Musicians, actually, every single one of those people that I'm hosting for is a professional musician. They're not like run of the day like Yelp searchable businesses, you know, that that really are professional. So for all those businesses, I have them pay for their own hosting. So it's totally autonomous of me. It's been really great having the Pro dashboard because I really got sick of like hunting people down and having them give me the money for their hosting and then in turn paying their hosting. And now it's 100% on the client. So if the client doesn't pay for their hosting, you don't have to worry because it's their fault if the site doesn't go down. Where before, without this setup, it's more my fault, you know, which has been really great. It's actually kind of made the whole system just a lot more streamlined. Okay, so let's talk about what are some of the limitations of using the developer dashboard, because that's mainly what this video is about, or the Pro dashboard. It used to be called the developer dashboard, or the developer account. So the main drawbacks are that the main drawback is you can't really, the first thing you can't do is you can't pay for stuff. So if there's any kind of situation where money's involved, like I want to buy new hosting for a given client, I can't do it. I can't do it myself and then bill them later. It has to actually go through them. So with that being said, you want to, again, make sure that you actually have your client's actual login domain if you're using these developer tools. Another thing you can't do is, which is kind of like a money thing, is you can't transfer domains in or off of GoDaddy without having the primary login. So if I want to change the registrar from another registrar to GoDaddy, I can't move the domain permanently. Another thing is forwarding. Now, forwarding can be done. You can actually forward your DNS and keep it hosted somewhere else registrar-wise, but it's tricky. And I don't really like doing that. I would rather just put it all on GoDaddy. Even if I have to move it, even if it costs more, I'll pretty much tend to do that just so I don't have to log into this like random hosting website every once in a while. Another thing that is super important is you can't get help. You can't get tech support. And in GoDaddy, tech support is very important because it's not just tech support. It's not just calling people and having them help you with something. It's actually getting them to actually do things to fix your account. There are certain things within GoDaddy, especially to where you'll be in situations where you literally cannot do the thing that will fix your site. So you have to actually call them and say, this is my issue. Could you do this for me? And if you call them with a developer login and a developer PIN, which is like a verification number, they have like a PIN, you verify who you are over the phone, and that's how they know that they can access your account and change it for you. If you don't have your client's actual login and verification information, you will not be able to make changes on their account. So for help specifically, make sure you hold on to that original client information. I can't really think of much else to talk about now. Can you guys think of anything? But yeah, that's basically it in a nutshell. I hope you liked this video. I liked making it for you. Sorry I haven't been putting out more content. I will, just give me a little bit. I'm in the middle of a ton of projects. If you felt that this video helped you in any way, go ahead and either follow me or like me, whatever you want to do. I would really appreciate it. I'm going to be probably pumping out more stuff over the course of these next couple weeks, so I'm pretty excited to see how that goes. I'm really thankful that you watched this all the way through to now and watched me stutter along. And I hope that you will kind of keep in touch, comment below, and yeah, I'll see you later.